All right, guys, Anthony Super Service. We got Mark's truck. He had studs done on it. I'm not sure how long ago, but we got an issue now, so we're gonna go do a degas pressure test. I got the gauge set up inside of the teed into the degas vent hose. So let's go for a drive and see what happens. Brakes are a little spongy on here too. I don't feel like it. All right, so if you can see, 15 pounds is about 11 o'clock. There. 20, 25, and 30 is on around, but it's about 11 o'clock, something like that, is where 15 is. So to show that, because when we get on the road, I'm not really going to be able to focus in on that because we're just going to be driving. So, all right, we're going to try to catch this. Let's do a little acceleration. We're not going to hit it too hard because it's not full. Power. Honestly, it's really tough. Transmission shift a little funny. Okay, it didn't build big boost right there. Of course, it didn't hit it real hard. Might be low on boost. Yeah, it's kind of not real responsive. Hang on. Yeah, we got all kinds of issues here. It's going up a grade right now. I know you can't tell on the video, but let's get in the pedal a little bit. Built about 21 pounds. I'm in it hard. Like that was almost floored. It's so we're low on boost right now. So that's kind of going to give you a false head gasket test because we're not pushing boost. We're not. I mean, it's. Let's just see what happens, how it's riding right now, though. I mean, I'm in it. I'm not even getting 20 pounds of boost. I'm not even barely over 10 pounds of boost, 12 pounds of boost, and I'm in the pedal pretty freaking hard. That freaking drag. Hang on. Okay, feels like I've felt it come and go a couple of times, getting boost out of it. Not sure that we don't have a. I didn't bring the computer. Check engine lights on. We'll see what it's from when we get back, but. Like right there, standing on it. Let's back out of it. Let me back off the pedal and let's see how much boost we build when it downshifts. Here we go. It's not even downshifting. Oh, there it goes. Just grabbed some boost. We're at about 22 pounds. No smoke out of the back, so. Huh. Got a massive boost issue. Oh yeah, I mean honestly it's done. It's still below right now, but it is responding to throttle response. The engine's all the way up to temperature, and if I get on it, it will raise. It sat at like 5-6 pounds, and then I built some boost on it and it shot up to 10, and I just got it again and it shot up to about 12 and a half. So let's go around here and let's do it one more time. The concern was when he was pulling his trailer, he'd get pulling it and get going for a while, and it would start puking coolant out. So after he drove for a while, so me being able to mimic it, I don't have a trailer on the back of it. I'm just driving it, you know. So we'll just see what pressure we see here. Let me hold it, see if maybe you can watch it. Here we go. Up in high gear. Damn it, this curve right here, I can't do this. Hang on. There it goes, 15. Just went up to 15. Now it's up to 16, kind of bouncing around. I'll get back to the shop and we'll, it's venting right now. We did put a new degas bottle on it because the degas bottle, I hate to throw insult to injury, but it really looks like there's fuel in the coolant on this truck too. It smelled like fuel in the coolant. The bottle was all deformed and we couldn't get the bottle to seal up. So we thought, well, you know, maybe it's fine, maybe just the bottle wouldn't seal up, but so we went ahead and put a bottle on it, and now it's sealing up, and yeah, it sucks. All I mean, it's done, guys. We're at, let me see if I can zoom in. We're at 18 pounds right now. I mean, it's done. The problem that we're gonna have is if we go in to fix this. Now, we got the boost issue. Feels like it's boosting pretty good now. I don't know that we didn't have, I don't know, I mean, we might be looking at an engine harness too, I don't know, but if there's fuel in the coolant, then that's one of the heads is trashed, and I mean, we can test for that. That's yank all injectors out and we test for it. But I mean, if they whiz-wheeled this block, if there's, yeah, I mean, how can we do a job when the block's already been whiz-wheeled? If it has. Now, it might not be, I don't know, but if they took a roll-lock disc to the freaking deck surface and took all the staining out and tried to make it nice and clean and pretty and didn't really pay much attention to the fact that the deck surface needs to be flat, not stain-free, I mean, I don't know how much more we can do. I mean, we can stone it as much as we can, but I mean, the end-all answer to it is to surface the deck of the block. I mean, the heads, I would hope that they surface the heads, but if not, I mean, we can always surface the heads. That's a given. I mean, I won't put a set of heads on without surfacing them, but not an in-service like a factory mill finish. No, I won't do that. But you know, it's just, I mean, we won't know. We won't know until we take the heads off with how the deck surface looks. You know, because if it's whiz-wheeled and all messed up, and that essentially could have caused the deck surface of the block to be wavy by trying to take out all the staining. Now, I don't know. I mean, it's all speculation right now. I'm driving the truck down the highway. I don't know what the deck surface looks like, but before we jump into something, jump in on a job like this, we need to have every available option to be discussed before we tear into a job like this, because that's just, we can't have 18 freaking pounds of degas pressure. And you know, I mean, how can I warranty that? How can I warranty a deck surface that someone else did that doesn't seal? You know, I mean, the perfect world would be to surface both sides, surface the block, surface the heads, boom, there you go, I got you, we're covered. But if we can't surface the block, and now this is, once again, this is completely if it needs it. Now, if there's still mill finishes and you know, maybe they just didn't clean the block enough, I don't know. It's all speculation right now, but all we know is we got a truck that's got studs in it, and I looked at the studs, and I don't know how long ago it was done. Not a long time, I don't think, but there is basically no ultra torque. It's almost non-existent on the studs themselves. You know, generally when you look at them, they're all nasty. I mean, they got ultra torque assembly lube all over it, the ARP lube that they got, all that stuff smeared on it, and, you know, you can tell. I mean, they're pretty much just like clean. It's almost, maybe they just used the one little packet that comes in the stud kit and had to ration it all out. You know, that doesn't work. I mean, there's not enough in there, not what I feel to be enough to do all 20 of them. So, you know, we got that bottle with the brush on it and brush all of them, completely coat everything before we torque them down. And it does not look like this was done with these studs, which, let's get back to the shop, hang on. When I say all of it, I don't mean to just cover the outside of the stud. I mean the rocker box, mating surface, both sides of the washer, the threads, the mating surface of the nut, and the threads inside the nut. I make sure all that is covered, and as you're tightening them, it just goes everywhere. It gets all over the place. So that's what I mean. I don't mean just, you know, just smear it all over it after it's done. That won't do nothing. The ARP torque, ultra torque, is designed to eliminate friction so you can tighten the stud and hit fairly consistent torque value on the first pull, which is, you know, what we go for. So hang on. All right, so who knows, maybe we just got a stick in turbo. because it actually feels good right now, power wise, like boost and all that feels good. So maybe we just got turbo sticking. It has been here for a little while. We've had possession of it for a little while, so maybe the turbo was just sticking, and we went out and I drove it and then it got it freed up, because it's doing pretty good right now as far as drivability. All right, here you go, pull it in the shop. Get bouncing around. Let's pop the hood real quick and see if it puked, because I can't imagine that it didn't. Had to have puked. Well, oh my God, it smells like fuel. That freaking hose is rock solid. I don't know, I don't see a big evidence of puking other than the one spot right there, but it's really beyond the, it doesn't matter. I mean, it smells like fuel under here. So, what I was getting at with the studs, let's see if I can focus in on it. I mean, I don't know, they don't look like they were done too recently, who knows, but it's definitely ridiculous amount of pressure. That's, oh crap, sorry. That's a freaking ridiculous amount of pressure. So it's, I mean, it's freaking, it's done, it sucks, but still holding pressure too, so we're not really leaking. But this had red coolant in it. It does smell like fuel though. I mean, that's a test. I mean, I don't do no freaking send off or a sample of the coolant. Screw that. What we do is yank the injectors out and we find out right now and see if it's cracked. We can test it and find out if they're cracked. That's something, honestly, that's something we would do when the cab is off, because we know the head gaskets are bad. If it wasn't a bad head gasket issue, we would just take the injectors out and test it in chassis just as it sits. But with what we've got going on now, we need to, I mean, this is a cab off, get a lot of the stuff stripped down and then pressurize the cooling system with the cab off, which is pretty easy to do. I've got all kinds of setups that I've got to bolt in there to isolate everything, pressurize it, and check it. So it's not something that I need to do right now, because it's kind of a moot point, because the heads have to come off anyways. So why waste the time? I'm not doing that. That's just not what we do. Waste the time to test that head. Now, right now, I mean, it needs to be budgeted to have one head replaced. And then if for some reason maybe my nose is messed up and I'm not smelling diesel right, the test will show it. But I mean, I've seen enough of the fuel and the coolant that you kind of get to, you get a nose for what that smells like. It definitely smells like fuel and the coolant. And if you drive it long enough, you'll notice all the hoses swell up. Everything will get all, because of the fuel in it, and it just turns pretty nasty. So we'll go ahead and take this off, and what a drag. All right guys, that's it. Have a good day.